Ether.
Our main gun is damaged. It's working,
I got
but not
this.
very well. Penetration. They're knocked out.
Wasted. Ether. I got this.
Hey folks, this is ioEther and we're back playing some more World of Tanks. So as you can see, this is Chief in his T54E1. This is of course Abbey in a tier 10 game. And before we get into it, I do have to apologize for yesterday and Monday. The only thing I can conclude is I'm coming down with something. If my voice does weird stuff in this, I'm so sorry. I apparently slept all of yesterday and didn't really notice. And that only happens when I'm getting really sick. So, yay! Anyways, so, normally I sleep for about 6 hours a night, just so you know. Not, like, 20 or some crap like that, which was the last couple days. But anyways, so, before we actually get into this, words that come before videos? Yes! If you want to support the channel, the best way to do so, as always, is to like any videos you enjoy. And if you want to help the channel grow, then by all means share any videos you're in. So send me those videos, so then you can share them and your friends can think you're awesome, right? Yes. So I don't know why the aimer is the size of the screen. That normally happens when you're zoomed in, or like in somebody's in sniper mode and you're watching them from out of sniper mode. That's the only reason that blue is normally the size of the screen. Now I don't have an E1, so I can't tell you if this is the default size of the boom. But anyone who does, go ahead and tell me if this is normal or not, because I feel like there's something glitchy going on with this replay. Anyways, we're losing. To say we are losing is a bit, I guess it's a bit of an overstatement. We lost, okay, now it's not so much. We've lost 2 tier 8 heavies and 2 scout tanks. Beautiful shot into a T69, unfortunately not able to follow it up with a second shot. Just couldn't draw the second bead on him where he needed it to be. Pershing, this is going to hurt, but we do put the 1 shell into him, should be able to put 2 more into him before falling back. Beautiful job. Yes, we ended up with a damaged gun and took some damage for it, but what matters is we killed the Pershing. Now, I did completely forget to mention, and I will, now that Chief, our hero, is platooned up with Ronick in his T55E1. So the 2 of them are going to hold this center ground. Now Chief is reloading. While he does so, they're kind of vulnerable. But as long as the enemy team doesn't realize that Chief is reloading and try and take advantage of that, they're probably going to be okay. Now Chief is running over here and is locked on to the enemy AMX 1357F in order to try and help the friendly T69, but that didn't happen. Wait, what? Crit hit on the side of a Panther 2. Lovely, just lovely. And now we're getting, wow, I almost said ammo rack. That's not the words at all. We're getting shells pumped into us from the rear. T69 was up on this ledge, probably still is, and just put shell after shell. Now, unfortunately, the Chief has a damaged loader, and he's not fixing it. This is not great. Now, if you have a fully loaded clip in a autoloader, I understand not immediately healing that crew member. That is actually, ooh, nice shot. What I would call perfectly fine. If you have a dead crew member or a damaged ammo rack and you have 4 shells in your autoloader, you don't really need to reload right then, so there's no real point in using that kit or that consumable right then. If you're in the middle of reloading though, well, there goes our backup. So like I said, if you're in the middle of reloading, you really do need to use that consumable as soon as possible, because reloading in an autoloader is normally when you die. Come on, come on, come on, last shell, beautiful. So if he'd managed to miss that shell, then the AMX would probably have killed him. If not for maybe the help of friendly TDs on the ridge. T69 is rushing our base, so we gotta do something about that. Now, at some point, Chief did in fact heal his loader, so he does have that again. And doing this, I like the way he made sure he is turning around in cover. He did not want to stick himself out in the open to turn around. Should be able to get a shot on the Panther. Come on. Nice shot. Flew true, and what the heck is shooting me? Something is actively trying to kill. Oh, it's the Wotreplay E100. Okay, we're just going to pause here for a second, as I just realized something. So, over here, in cover, is a Wotreplay E100, who's fired a total of 3 shells so far that have been eaten by the wreck of the 155. If the Foch 155 wasn't here, Chief would have been dead a while ago. Now, the fact that the Waffendrager continuing to fire into the wreck means he's either not scoped in as much as he should be, so he doesn't realize that when he's hovering over Chief, he's right about here, he's not seeing him, or he's trying to shoot like the very top of... actually, should have a clean shot over the top of that Foch into Chief's turret, but what I'm going to guess has happened is he's auto-locked onto Chief, and as Chief is pulled back behind the Foch, the only shots that the Waffentrager's auto-lock is going to take, it will be straight into the Foch. Huh. Well, lessons to be learned right there. Our T54 takes out the MET69. Looks like our 704 is going to go hunt down the Waffentrager, who as it turns out is almost dead. And will be dead shortly, I assume. Seriously, you guys are going to have a duel when one of you has 100 health. He's fired 3 shells already. At most, he's got 2 shells left. The fact that the Waffen or the 704 hasn't taken any damage tells me the E100 was probably reloading. Also tells me the 704 has missed from the fact that the Waffentrager is still alive. Also, Ronick is apparently saying that's our worst object ever, which is unfortunate. Kind of want to see that duel now. Because that must have been the most ineffective TD duel ever, right? Anyways, so as everyone has died who's really important, it's now left to clean up the area. Now, should be noted that it's still a tier 9 artillery. You probably can't one-shot the T54, he can definitely one-shot us. But it looks like the T54 has found him first and is just going to clean up the kill with no help needed. I thought he was gonna... Yeah, okay. I was debating whether or not I should pause before he dies or not. But yeah, so... most of the time... See, this is what happens. Somebody's scoped into the ground. I don't know why he's scoped into the ground, but that's where he is scoped in. If I zoom out, you will notice that bloom is the size of the screen. I don't know why that was happening. It makes an interesting circle, doesn't it? Anyways, so that was a great game. 3,000 experience with a triple experience, second class master badge, fighter, duelist, firefighter, bruiser, and of course steel wall. Getting a steel wall in an autoloader is always kind of interesting. It's the kind of thing that doesn't happen too often. Most likely this means he absorbed at least 10 hits. Look at that. Oops, wrong guy. So our T28 prototype obviously deserves props. He definitely held the base, and I'm gonna give our 704 props as well, as he saved our life from that 155. So that that's some props. And then 2300 damage over 4 kills. Probably some kill stealing going on there, but overall, he killed what he shot at. Yeah, that totally makes sense. Look at that, 420 damage blocked by armor. I have no idea what he blocked, but by the looks of it, it was 3 shells. So I'm gonna go with at least some of those were what's it called? The AMX 1357F. I'm gonna guess at least one of those shells may have been either the Panther 2 or the T69. Spotting damage or tracking damage, either way, great job. This was an awesome game. Unfortunately, no money being made for some premium ammo being spent, and of course all the consumables, but that doesn't really matter. It was a great game. Thank you so much, Chief, for sending it in. Thank you all for watching. Have a great night. This is ioEther out.